Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. I'm your host VGMKoren, and in the last one we got through the ice dungeon, we got the blue mail, and I got my shield taken from me. Link has no shield, he's just a boy in blue armor. So even though there's a weapon shop right over there where we could buy a new shield, because you have to get in through a special portal to this dungeon, you actually have to use the magic mirror to get back, where I think this is the first time you actually have to use it, maybe. Probably not, but in any case, you do have to use the magic mirror and it'll take you out the dark world. And we need to go shield shopping. Now, I actually am going to go ahead and pick up a couple of things that we don't necessarily need, but that I want. So we're going to do that real fast. In addition, of course, to picking up another shield that I can then proceed to not block projectiles with, because that is truly what I am best at with shields. Yay. Oh man, if I sound tired, it's because I'm recording this at 4 in the morning, because that's when I have time to do Let's Plays right now, apparently, is 4 a.m., and it's kind of strange, kind of surreal. I'm not entirely conscious, but, you know, maybe it'll be a good time for everyone. Anyways, Dark World Portal, yes, I knew that was there. I actually attempted to record this, and then realized I had no idea what I was doing. So, yeah. I got to about that... I found that dark portal in about 15 minutes, and I realized this won't make an episode. But thankfully, the things that we're going to do in this episode are so ridiculous that my childhood brain put them in my head and never let me forget them. Never. Oh. So, we are going north. Now, I actually am talking a little bit quieter because I think I may have heard one of my roommates. Yes, I have roommates. I'm recording at 4 a.m. I am legitimately a terrible person. But hopefully I didn't wake them up. The morning will tell if they are grumpy. Anyways, we are going north. And even though we've had to cross over there before, we are actually going over here to the east to this random stranger's house with an open door, and of course walking in, because that is what we do. Thankfully it's a shop and new shield. Hooray. And we're taking one of these. Okay. I actually think I need rupees for something coming up in a little bit, and that may have been a terrible mistake that I just made. Oh well, we have a new shield, we have another health potion, and we're going to continue to the east to something that I just could not forget from my childhood. What is it, you may ask? Well, it's the Lake of Ill Omen. Now, what is the Lake of Ill Omen? Is it a boss? Is it an extra thing? Is it a raise? It's none of those things. It's just... it's just something so bizarre that I never forgot about it, and that's why we're here. Curses to anyone who throws something into my circle of stones. Obviously, the only correct answer to that is to pick up the sign, take it over to the circle of stones, and throw it in. Skullfish. Big fish. That was not a good enough payoff. Oh god. Was it you who disturbed my peaceful nap? I will give you this if you go away. Floop. And he gives us that, which is the Quake Medallion. Its magic causes the ground to shake and defeats nearby enemies. Watch your magic meter. So, yeah. One of the gigantic spells in the game is hidden just in a completely random place. And thankfully I did not spawn into that rock. You actually can do that, but the game will immediately teleport you back to the Dark World, because it's kind of like that. So we're actually going to go straight back to the Dark World portal that we just found, because there's something else we can do. And we're going to go do it. Yeah. But, yeah. I just want to kind of collect some of the things that are really obvious and that I remember. Now, heart pieces, I don't know where any of those are. I'm sure I've missed like 1,000 of them. But big spells, I will try and remember to pick up. Most of the things, it's amazing to me how many things in Link to the Past you don't actually have to pick up. You don't need Quake ever, if I remember correctly, which I may not. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure you don't need it. So anyway, you come over here and find the Swamp of Evil. No entrance, no escape. Which is rather unfortunate given the fact that it's where the 6th dungeon is. But again, I know how to do this. I remember this part, at least. Oh god, this is so ridiculous. But the first thing we want to do is come over to these nicely arranged signposts and go ahead and activate our magic mirror again. Once again, could not remember this from being, or could not forget this from being a child just because of how absurd it is. We find a stone tablet, which of course is gibberish until we use the Book of Medora. Hold up the Master Sword and you will get the magic of Bombos. Bombos is a giant fire pillar that makes everything explode. Bombos is the best magic. And that's the Bombos medallion. Obviously, it makes the ground explode with power. Watch your magic meter. They cost a lot of magic. Now, to get to the Desert Temple, round 2, you have to have fast travel unlocked. Because you have to come over to this number 6 and fly yourself to these little stones. And then you'll find, what do you know, a Dark World portal. Could not forget that from being a kid. I knew I had forgotten something. But yes, this is Misery Mire, and look at those water effects. Let's go with the Fire Rod. The Fire Rod is the best. I actually really like this swamp. I love how it's a desert in one world and a creepy-ass swamp with gigantic worms that just kind of float around in another. It's really kind of cool, and there aren't landmines in this one, which makes it a little bit more believable as a fantasy place. I still don't know what those landmines were doing. What the hell are you?
Hey, I'll tell you a profitable story if you pay me 20 rupees. How about it?
Pay the rupees.
Thank you. As a matter of fact, monster magic is making it rain in the swamp. If you can move the air with more force than the monsters, the rain may stop.
Well, fantastic. We got a story job that restored our HP. I actually like that those things restore your HP. It makes it more worthwhile to actually do them. But in any case, we need to come over here. Now, obviously it's raining, and that means we can't do whatever it is we need to do here. I forgot what it is. But as you might notice, that medallion looks familiar. It is, in fact, the Ether Medallion. So if you use Ether, which you have to get at the top of Death Mountain, if you don't remember, the rain will stop. Goodbye, background filter. I miss you. And that, of course, brings up the giant skull head that is this dungeon. Doesn't this look like a fun place safe for children? It sure is for Link. Okay, so dungeon number 6 in the Dark World. Now, I remember how to get into this dungeon. I don't remember anything about the dungeon at all. It's a great time. But apparently you need the hookshot, so we're going to use it. Hooray. At least I know it's not the ice dungeon, which makes it infinitely more fun to play. I mean, look at this. I'm running, but even though I'm running, I'm not, you know, just sliding around. Oh god, I remember this dungeon now. It has these assholes. And even though these guys take lots of damage and can even be killed really reliably with your sword beams, they teleport. They teleport constantly. Now, Nintendo is actually very fond of using these kind of mages that teleport. I'm pretty sure there's a variation of them in every single one of their franchises. Mario has the Magic Koopa. That's all I remember. But I'm pretty sure it's in everything, but I'm not going to list any examples other than Mario. But Mario actually does influence a lot of Zelda's design, which is really interesting to me. And obviously I am... Oh. What? Why are you... Oh. Well, obviously I didn't do whatever it was I needed to do, but now we're over here, so that's a thing. Is that pathway still crumbling? Was that pathway still crumbling an entire room over? We're gonna go back in there 1 second. I want to know if I can actually grab on. I know how to do this. Alright, you want to grab onto the block and then get a running start, and that takes us to the big chest? Alright, well we found the big chest and we know how to get to it. That is not usually the case. I already feel more accomplished in this episode than I did in the entire second episode of the Ice Dungeon. Hooray. Now, obviously, since we don't have the big key, we're just going to have to wander around the dungeon until we find it. This dungeon is brilliant in its use of, you know, there's a ceiling, but I can actually see what I'm doing. So, oh, well, I can't see that the monsters are either above ground or underground, but you know, I will accept what I can get, and what I can get is that. So, yeah. Now, this dungeon, I don't actually remember a whole lot about this dungeon. I'm going to keep repeating that over and over. That's how you open that door? You push the block? That just seems mean. But hey, look, there's the there's the boss door. Alright, so we found lots of important things, which probably means that I will spend the next hour just bumbling around and not figuring out what it is I have to do. Hang on. Can I push those blocks? The world must know. The world is satisfied with its answer. The answer was no. Oh, I love these dungeons. Correction, I love these dungeons that aren't the ice dungeon. This is actually pretty fun so far, except for those torches that are shooting fireballs at me. I mean, who designs torches like that, really? Now, obviously, what the hell? How am I supposed to get that skull other than just manning up? Well, I manned up, I guess, but that kind of hurt a lot. There better be a key. There are 2 keys in this room. Please tell me someone else appreciates how absurd that is. Well, now we have 3 keys. This actually feels like it's going to be a short but sweet dungeon. I wonder if I'm going to regret saying that. Well, we'll never know. Or we will soon, maybe. I don't know. Wandering around these dungeons is a lot of fun, but I definitely get the feeling that I am a complete idiot in how I'm doing it in this Let's Play, because I'm always just going. I'm not really... A lot of times in dungeons, when I'm playing by myself, I will backtrack constantly. I'll go from room to room slowly. Everything's bad, everything's bad, everything... Oh god. Well, that wasn't getting avoided. I will go from room to room and make sure I don't get stuck anywhere. There's another key. And that lowers all these blue blocks, which were not lowered. So, hooray, and stuff. Hey, look, an airlocked door, which probably... I mean, we just got a key. It's not like we really need to save up on them. Oh yeah, taking damage reverts you from bunny form. That's important. And good to know, because I didn't know. Oh no, that heart. Oh god, now these ones are up. That just seems awful. Why? Why is this dungeon mocking me with all this pain? I'm probably not supposed to be doing this dungeon like this, just in case you hadn't guessed that, which, I don't know, I probably would if I had half a brain. But I don't. And I don't apologize for that. I want your fairy dust. Fairy me. Yeah! Oh, that was lucky. That was really lucky, actually. I did not want to spend any time. Oh, hey, it's another boss door. Now, that's a little more interesting, isn't it? Well, at least we know the location of 2 different boss doors, which... Do those... Oh, every time I swing my sword, they fire. Okay, well, now I know. And knowing is power. And power's half the battle. Or all of the battle. I think I messed this up. Alright, are you fake walls? Are you a fake wall? No. Alright. I'm glad I started tapping those, since apparently a wall being cracked doesn't actually mean jack in this game, which is just kind of mean. And we need another key. I feel like I'm very quickly running through my key supply. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. What is the worst that could happen? I'm pretty sure that the puzzle for this room is... Oh god, it's probably floor tiles. I choose to believe that hopefully maybe... Yeah! Now I don't have to stand there and get my ass kicked by those doors. Those floor doors. Now, I'm pretty sure... Compass. I'm pretty sure we've been in the room to the right, and instead of just wandering blindly in there, we have. I'm going to look at my map. I know, it's such a novelty for me to not do stupid things. He says as he gets hit, and then falls into a deep depression. Oh... Those bombs are green. Oh god, they explode. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. Now, why isn't that green bomb exploding? Oh well, whatever. Anyways, those slugs, you know, they poop out bombs. So, be wary of the slug bomb poopers. I remember this puzzle. This puzzle is also an asshole. Alright, so you have to push that. No. No. And push that. And push that. And is it... Am I doing this right? I feel like I'm not doing this right. I feel like I'm definitely doing this Wrong. Alright, but anyways, you have to open up both of those, and then you have to go... Oh, you have to do it really, really fast. That's what it is. And I think the blocks actually stay pushed. Yes, they do. Okay, this is actually really important, because I remember this puzzle, because I could not do this as a kid. Seriously, we've been over it. We've been over how dumb I was as a kid. We don't need to keep going over it, do we? Anyways, let's go ahead and light these torches, and then run back into the other room fast, and light these torches. And this should do something somewhere. I mean, the screen's shaking, so that's obviously a good sign. Yeah, I do remember that puzzle. That puzzle... What is happening? Well, the screen's still shaking. Whatever it is massive, obviously. Something just happened that we will never be able to forget. Unfortunately, I have no idea what it is, and I probably won't recognize it when we get there because I'm special. Thank God for hearts. Now, the blue mail is actually really useful here, as it is everywhere. Maybe this room feels like it, probably.
Link, it is I, the Elder. You must set fire to the 4 torches to open the way forward.
I did do that. Well, do I jump in this hole? Yes! That's not an answer you get every day. That hole was black. Ooh, big key. That means we can actually... Wow, I feel like we are blazing through this dungeon. That means we can go get the big chest. Wow, we seriously are blazing through this dungeon. This is ridiculous. We might actually finish this in one episode. Famous last words, maybe, but, you know, it's worth considering. Now, obviously, I missed the map, but really, does anyone care? And if you do care, I advise you to stop, because I don't. And I never will. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, well, that was at least good for one small key. That is one thing about these old dungeons, is that they have so many locked doors, and you actually should probably go in circles a little bit more than I do. There are always enough keys to get you through everything. Now, these earlier Zelda games, they like just throwing tons of keys and tons of double locked doors where you only need to use one of your keys. So if you're smart with your key conservation, then you can actually open doors, you know, that otherwise you would have to find even more keys to open. I'm not that smart, obviously, especially since I'm going over here and opening this locked door for God knows why. I got a map. It was worth it. And also, we can get in that room, so that's something we're going to have to remember to do. Alright, so, map in hand, we can go ahead and check out how much of this dungeon we've already explored. The answer is actually most of it. Holy crap, I feel good about this. I feel good about myself. This never happens, though the beeping is going to start soon, and that should sufficiently deflate me. But there was a time when I actually did this well. I'm so happy. Now, I was talking in the last couple of episodes that you could cheese the block puzzle in the Ice Temple, and we're about to find out how as soon as I eat this fairy. Hooray. Because the item in this dungeon is actually what lets you do it. So, a quick dash back over there, and you got the Cane of Samaria. It will be very helpful if you make proper use of it. What a mysterious cane. The Cane of Samaria is actually one of the most bizarre items in the game. Let's go ahead and use it and show you what I mean. It makes a block. It makes a block you can pick up, you can throw. I mean, you can do anything with your block. Anything that you set your mind to. But this is exactly how you beat the dungeon, or the 5th dungeon's puzzle. Is that instead of going through all of that mess to have to change the switches, there's a big gate over here, that's where I'm going. Big key door. That is, instead of pushing all those blocks, you can just use the Cane of Samaria to bypass that part of the dungeon entirely, which, as you could see from the way I was playing it the other day, would be entirely extremely useful. Now, unfortunately, you cannot, in fact, use that cane to walk over spikes, which is just kind of mean. This dungeon is very mean. There is an item that will help you with that, but we don't have it, and I should probably go get it, come to think of it. I'm in the wrong place. Okay, map. I know, right? I'm using the map. It's glorious. I think we need to go down one and then to the left. So let's try and figure this out. Now, again, you may have noticed I've started using the map. It's glorious. I never thought to myself, I should really heal with that next time, instead of just walking through all of this damage. I don't know what I'm doing. Let's open this. And here we find a teleporter. Where does it teleport us to? Why, over here. Which is another big... Are we at the end of the dungeon? Well, I guess time will tell, but... I have to unbunny. I'm sorry. Hang on a minute. Okay, unbunnied. Well, this is definitely the other big door. Wow, is this... No. No. That wasn't it, was it? No. No. Okay, good. There's still a little bit more, at least. This dungeon actually is apparently fairly short. Anyways, some magic restores us back up to full, and we can cross over the Bridge of Abyss. And this takes us down to the next floor. Everything makes sense again. I thought we were actually already at the boss, and I was just kind of freaked out by that. Oh god, we need a small key. Are you serious? There's probably a small key in this room somewhere. Aha! This is where we need the Cane of Samaria. So if you haven't picked this up, this is what you can do. Boop-a-doop. It's on the Switch. No, it's not. Get... Fine. Oh! The Cane of Samaria also explodes. And now that my game is free of glitchiness, we are going to try that again. Hooray! That worked significantly better. Sorry about that. And here you need the Giant's Mitts to be able to lift that. And yeah, I actually kind of want to eat that fairy too. All fairies are edible. All fairies are delicious. Come here, fairy. Yeah. You should always do that, especially if you're me. Now, hopefully one of these rooms is going to take us to where we can find a key. Now, this is why I was saying earlier about key conservation. If I hadn't spent that key to get the map, we'd probably be wandering in circles, but I probably could have at least, you know, I could have gone through here. It would have been great. Oh wait, what time is it? That's not important. Anyways, this entire block... Okay then. That entire floor is blocked by red, and I accept the life choices. Now, obviously, we need to hit that, and there's probably some difficult way to do it. The boomerang. Be useful for once in your life, man. Just one time. And, yeah, that's actually... Wait. Are you a real cracked wall? It is a real cracked wall. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Bomb. Bomb, 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 bomb. Do it. Yeah! I am taking so much dumb damage, and here I thought I was doing well earlier. But anyways, this takes us into another Rupee Land, which is kind of nice, I guess. I mean, I love secret treasure rooms. Who doesn't, really? I mean, even if we don't really need that treasure for anything at all. Anyways, that's not really important, but it is a nice little side bonus thing if you happen to find it. Now, I hit the switch, so we should be able to get over to the other side of this. And that makes it so that we need the blue. Wait, is this... Of course it is. Alright, so apparently we are going to use bombs to get through the rest of this dungeon. It's actually kind of cool. I like bombs. Now we're almost at the end of this dungeon, I think. Oh my god, is this all the work for one key? Either that or we're going to find the boss and just never know what was behind that key door. It's definitely going to be one or the other, but not both. Obviously, we're going to have to hit that switch for some reason, but I don't know if it's going to be just in the right switch on immediately, or if it's just going to be a jerk. It's going to be a jerk. Of course it is. Because why wouldn't it be? I mean, the game trains you once that, oh, pushing the switch was the wrong thing to do, and then you just never push the switch again, and then you feel like a big Dumbo. Like I always do. Yay, fairy. Yay, magic. I actually really need that. Well, I don't really need it. I will actually show off more of the sword powers, come to think of it, or the magic powers, I guess I should say. But mostly, I guess, in the last couple of dungeons, don't you hit me, don't you hit me, I'm faster than you, I'm faster than you. Okay. Okay. Oh, here's the boss door, so I guess we'll never know what was behind that locked door. But we will know what's behind this one, because we have to. What? Why are you... Are you just gonna throw eyes at me? Alright, so this is a boss that throws eyes at you, and it's a bunch of eyes. That's all I got. Can I grab the eyes? I bet I can grab the eyes. No, I can't grab the eyes. Alright, so Obviously, what you want to do is dodge his extremely slow eye projectiles and then murder them with your sword, which really is kind of hilarious, and occasionally he shoots lightning at you. Alright then. But the funny thing is, as you can see, you can kind of just juggle the eyeballs away from you. Link to the past bosses are not usually difficult, though that actually did do a fair amount of damage right there. And something different? Oh, yep, wait, no. Oh god, it hurts. Oh god, it's the big eye. Now, I don't know why all these boss fights end with just something giant hopping at you. That's kind of odd. Oh god, the giant eye hopping at you feels really bad when it hits you. Let's go ahead and just drink a life medicine and not use up one of our life berries because money's for losers. Now, I don't know actually how the Cane of Samaria would hit you or help you in this. I mean, it doesn't even do damage to the boss. Link to the Past has bosses that mostly rely on you and your sword play, which is quite possibly why they all end the same way, with you just hitting something hopping at you. Now we've destroyed the giant eyeball, we have the heart. And now that we have the heart, we have the crystal. And now that we have the crystal, we have the fanfare, and once we have the fanfare, we'll have someone tell us something really stupid about the plot. I just remembered the irony thing. It's not ironic if your last one of the bloodline is a hero. That's easy destiny, chosen one. Link, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you. Ganon captured us because he couldn't break the seal of the wise men with his power alone. And then, using the wizard Aghanim as his pawn, he drew us to the Dark World. After cracking the seal with our powers, he sealed us inside of these crystals. He then gave us to his loyal monsters, but Ganon didn't plan on you getting this far. Now, Princess Zelda is waiting for you inside of Turtle Rock. Please hurry. Do you understand? No, not even a little, but yes. May the way of the hero lead to the Triforce. There it is. And with that, we have completed the 6th dungeon and gotten a bunch of extra items. That was actually a really productive episode. I'm kind of surprised at how well I went. So, in the next one, we will make the ascent to Turtle Rock, assuming I don't get sidetracked, which, let's be honest, is probably altogether more likely. But until then, I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. And look, I didn't even lose my shield or do anything hyper embarrassing this time. Maybe it's a turning point. Or maybe I'll regret saying this forever. The only way to find out is to join me in the next one. I think I've said 3 different goodbyes now, and we're stopping.